Okay, everyone, thanks for coming back for another segment of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. Kim is to my left, Mac is to my right, and my name is TJ. And my co-hosts have been gracious enough to allow me to rant or vent here. I'm just sick. I can't tell you how sick I am, and it's not with the coronavirus. I'm sick of everyone freaking out over the coronavirus. You got a boatload of people walking around wearing surgical masks. On a daily basis, I work with professionals at my job, medical professionals, and more than one has told me that a person not infected with the coronavirus wearing a mask does little, as opposed to if someone is infected, those are the ones that need to wear the mask. So I guess when I see someone wearing a mask, my first thought is, are you infected? Do I need to stay away from you? Wear gloves, but then you got to remember to change your gloves. You got to remember not to touch your face with your gloves on. There's a proper way of taking the gloves off. Anyone who's taken first aid, that's first aid 101 there. But that's why they say wash your hands. You got your mask on, and if your hands are contaminated, you know what? And if you haven't decontaminated your hands and you take that mask off, what have you done? Okay, I'm sick of the, and I'm going to butcher this word. I'm sick of the politicization of the issue. You got the Dems seeking this opportunity to smear the heck out of Donald Trump. They're salivating, sickens me, and they are salivating. They're speaking out of both sides of their mouth, the whole political posturing. And of course, our Republicans never miss a chance to cower in fear. Okay? You know what? That sickens me. The Juan Williams is out there. They sicken me. They're complaining when President Trump wanted to secure the border last year and before. And before coronavirus hit, there was the talk of we needed to harden our borders almost on a health issue. And so now we have the coronavirus, and he didn't do enough soon enough, or he didn't do this. It's the Monday morning quarterbacking that I'm sick of. I'm so sick of it all. I produced myself watching TV, which I suppose is a good thing. I can't stand to watch TV. I can't even stand to watch the 5 at 5 right now. And I don't know if you've watched the 5 at 5 guys, but they're all self-quarantined. So you got five. You got 5 boxes. Yes. They're not at the table anymore. They're
social distancing.
Yeah. And I saw that, and I got to tell you, I said I turned it off. I've begun listening to more music, country music that is, and I'm streaming it too, because I don't want to listen to the public radio and have some radio announcer who may or may not know what they're even talking about comment. I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of the phony concern out there about just saving one life. We need to save one life. If doing this saves one, if saving one life matters, then don't drive, because I hear something to the effect, and I looked it up, something like 26 to 27,000 people a year die in automobile accidents. Well, my gosh, let's all just quit driving then. Okay.
Well, there's some for that.
Yeah, and then you got a boatload of sporting accidents. Pardon the pun. And we haven't even gotten to the abortion issue as far as saving a life. Where's the concern for that? I'd like to say my daily job's gotten easier given the reduced traffic, but all my company did was add responsibility to me, so I can't even tell you my job got easier. I'm just sick, and perhaps someone can cure me of my medical condition.
Well, see, you're not focusing on the real issue here, which is whether the president says COVID-19 or the China or Wuhan virus, because that's really important that, because if he says Chinese virus, I have no choice but to go out and club and beat Chinese people who were
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, because that'll
I
save us
better get
all.
my cup closer.
I think we should.
Right, and away from me.
We're going to get like we're on the brink of internment camps done by the Democrats. I might point out. The Chinese people aren't safe anywhere they go because the president said Chinese virus, which, by the way, it's a Chinese virus. They're criticizing him for putting too positive of a spin on it. And I'm sure they're quite annoyed that the president's numbers are rising up to around 60% approval of the job he's doing handling this. He's showing real leadership, and I think he's doing the best he can. Even Governor Cuomo in New York said that.
You mentioned approval rating, and I do have an article from The Federalist by one of my favorite writers, David Marcus. Ipsos ABC poll just recently shows the approval rating at around 55% in regards to President Trump's handling of the Chinese virus. And they did say a week or two ago it was almost a 180. So within 2 weeks, he's done quite the turnaround. I have another one here if I could quickly find it, and I can't. But there was a second poll that had similar numbers. And if I find it here, I'll chime it in.
Well, his overall approval rating at last I saw was 53%.
That's what I heard this morning.
Harris poll has similar numbers too,
Okay.
showing President Trump in the plus column on the way he's handling. I get the sense that it sounds like the majority of people are kind of glad we got an adult in the White House,
Right.
a cognizant
And
adult
I'm
in the White
enjoying
House.
him taking the media to task.
I always enjoy that.
I think it's been beyond time that he takes the media to task for their scare tactics on this that they've been playing. Beyond time.
Well, they got Paul Ryan pushing Graham off a cliff. This is fear mongering is what they do best.
And it needs to stop.
Going to your being sick of it.
Yeah, I'm just, I'm sick of even just trying to go to the store is turning into a quite an endeavor. We go into the store and there's something that I know we could use. We're not out of it, but in maybe 2 or 3 months we might need it. And you know what? It's there on the shelf. I better get it while I can. It's got me beat down to that point, I will tell you. Anything else here, guys?
No, I think the president's doing the best job he can under the circumstances. I mean, they'll all cry, "Oh, he should have done it sooner." Well, everyone needs to go back and look at what was going on in January and December with their petty BS impeachment scam they were running. And when you're getting impeached, that's going to tie up an awful lot of your time and concern.
Well, look, it tied up a lot of our money that we could have been using for this.
We could have gotten $60 million worth of toilet paper to hand out on the street
Oh,
corners.
and yesterday when I went shopping, I know I saw a fair number of individuals wearing surgical masks with no gloves. Okay, and I thought, well, you had to touch the door, and well, maybe not because I got motion detectors, but still, how many things did you touch?
Touching
carts. How many things did you touch while you were in the store? And now, what are you going to do if you have to take that mask off?
Touch your face.
I looked around and just had all sorts of thoughts, even just yesterday.
Well, the thing is, too, is that they're encouraging people making their mask. To some degree, the only thing that really helps the cloth mask is it prevents you from touching your mouth and nose. That's the only thing those are really good for. It's not going to prevent you from getting coronavirus through droplet type thing, but it may help prevent you from touching your mouth and face and nose.
And that's a horrible habit I have. Is if you wear glasses, how often do you do that a day?
Oh, too much.
So the cloth mask will help with that, they're saying, and it will keep. But you've got to do it properly. If you're wearing gloves into a grocery store, don't get into your car with the gloves on.
Well, I have to wonder if Antifa didn't know about this in advance since they were wearing masks.
Really. At the risk of turning this into a gross discussion, I think of your typical cleaning person wearing gloves, but they're not changing the gloves, and then they walk around
touching everything.
all that stuff.
The gloves just keep it off of you.
Yeah,
It doesn't. I mean, if it's on the glove and you're touching this microphone, well, then it's on the
I
microphone.
can't. All these thoughts, all these things I see,
A lot of
and
it,
all these thoughts are just swirling through my head. I got to tell you.
a lot of that stuff gives people a false security
Mm-hmm.
because even though you're wearing gloves, afterwards you still have to wash your hands.
Yeah.
You know, and people don't think about, oh, I wear gloves, I don't need to wash my hands, but you do.
And I'm sure there's someone out there who may make a comment about the three of us sitting so close together and not doing social distancing, but somebody's got to be a counter to the media, and that's kind of our mission here at the Michigan Conservative Roundtable.
All right. Am I through venting?
I think so.
All right. Thanks everyone for letting me rant, and we'll catch you on the next one. Remember, be safe, wash your hands, watch your six, and don't tread on me.